and get started. Welcome to today's webinar. Today we're going to be covering some marketing strategies that you can implement to get ahead of your competition in the new year. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Just a few housekeeping matters before we get started. This webinar is being recorded and will be sent to you via email shortly after the presentation, so there's no need to take notes unless you'd like to do so. And in the event that you're having any issues with the audio or visual components of this webinar, please go ahead and use the raised hand feature in the GoToWebinar control panel, or you can type us a message and we'll try to get that resolved for you as quickly as possible. So my name is Drew Mancini, and I am the Digital Marketing Manager here at Lawlytics. I have a background as a marketing consultant for solos and small law firms in digital marketing practices as well as branding. And now I continue to enjoy helping to make marketing more accessible and enjoyable for attorneys by helping to create those resources that ultimately work to demystify successful marketing practices. So as you know, a new year is approaching, and it's actually a really great time to strategize your firm's growth and set business goals for 2024. However, it can be difficult to know how to get started and also where to focus your efforts to both save time and money. Most firms struggle to differentiate themselves in their marketing when they focus too much on the broader competition. However, competitive advantages can be found almost anywhere and can help your firm stand out online. So directing your marketing efforts towards the right audience, marketing verticals, and tools can all help you to leverage your competitive advantage. And if you really want to hit the ground running in 2024, the last days of 2023 are an excellent time to make assessments about the current state of your law firm's web marketing. So today we will be covering why it's important to focus on assets that you can control as a small business owner, how your website can connect you with more potential clients online in 2024, and also 3 ways that you can get ahead of your law firm's competition in 2024. So before you begin strategizing how you're going to come out on top in 2024, it's helpful to first take a look at the choices and progress that was made in this year. So there are a few key elements of a good marketing audit that's going to help attorneys or help keep attorneys on track to achieving their marketing goals. And in the next slides, I'll be reviewing these as well as explaining how you can course correct your plan if you've found yourself off track in any of these metrics. So our first marketing metric is your firm's brand reputation and the consistency in which you've applied this across your marketing channels. One simple but important element of this is the tone of voice that you apply to your website. You want to take a look at your website's homepage and note if you use any first-person language when describing your firm or its services. And then you want to compare this point of view to other sections of your website. If you find that they differ, then you may want to consider fixing this to make sure everything is a little bit more streamlined. Another way to stay consistent with your firm's marketing is to make sure that you have a cohesive branding package for anything like images, colors, graphics, logo, and fonts throughout your entire website, as well as other platforms. And as a starting point for physical branding materials, you should have a business card, thank you card, or some sort of greeting card, and a branded welcome packet for clients. And if you're not familiar with a welcome packet, these are basically just folders where you can put everything that you give to a new client in there that you can keep and distribute as you get new clients. And keeping these organized, all of these branding materials will help you to build your firm's brand awareness, and this is going to ultimately make it easier for potential clients to keep you top of mind when they need an attorney for themselves or maybe somebody that they know. And finally, part of maintaining your brand will be delivering a positive user experience on your website. Overall, this can be measured by the user friendliness of your website as well as the quality of your written content. As a rule of thumb, a good website will answer the legal questions of your potential clients and eventually guide them to a convenient way to get in touch with your firm. It's also useful to provide case results and client testimonials as those pieces of social proof to make it easy for potential clients to determine if your firm is a good fit for them. And as always, be sure to provide several easy ways to contact your firm with things like click-to-call phone numbers or those quick contact forms, and have a reliable system for replying to any sort of missed calls or messages that you might be receiving either through your website or things like Google Business Profile. So marketing metric number 2 is marketing quality. Determining the quality of your marketing again relies on the user experience that you're delivering to your potential clients on your website. A majority of your potential clients will conduct some degree of online research about you and your firm before they make the decision to hire you. And that makes having an informative, client-friendly website pretty much the key to landing your new clients, as this is most likely going to be their first touch point that they're making with your firm. High quality web marketing is going to address the legal questions of your potential clients, as we mentioned before, and ultimately build trust with them by delivering informative and trusted content. And building that trust with your potential clients is also at the same time going to build trust with Google. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal with that. So building trust with Google is what's going to be what's going to make the difference in ranking your pages higher in search results. And if Google is confident that your content is good and a good match for relevant queries, it's going to use or be basing that off of the quality and the content of your website. Good marketing quality also reflects clear messaging and communication that highlights your firm's value proposition. It ultimately answers the why for potential clients when they're deciding if you're the best fit for their legal issue. And lastly, you can determine the quality of your web marketing on your website's ability to provide solutions to your potential clients' pain points. So if your website is helpful, if it shows your competence and highlights your expertise, your potential clients should find the choice to hire you fairly easy. Next, we have leads and conversions. So tracking your leads and conversions is one of the easiest ways to determine if your current marketing strategy is on track, right? Is the revenue stream flowing? Are you getting new clients? Do you feel fairly busy? And for each and every one of you, a successful conversion is going to look different depending on the goals that you have for your marketing. Maybe you're too busy right now and you definitely want to keep that up, but maybe you don't need to make any major changes to your marketing. Or maybe you are not feeling so busy, so you want to look to the new year to make some big changes. So it kind of just depends on your goals, how you're feeling right now, and that is going to be the number one determination for how you're going to go into this new year. But overall, to make tracking easier for you, you want to assign that clear definition of conversion to each sort of marketing channel. So from there, you might have a case management system that helps you track leads and clients, or you can just do this on an Excel spreadsheet if that is what's available to you. But regardless of what you're using, I would recommend tracking all of your incoming calls, even if they are spam calls or trash calls. You want to capture all of those calls. You want to capture any relevant information if they are a potential client, such as their case type, email address, and how they found you. And later on, when you find that you've had a month or so's worth of data, this is going to be extremely valuable to you when you're making decisions on your marketing spend. So just for example, if you're getting a ton of viable leads who found you on Facebook, you know that you're doing something right on social media, and then maybe that you should throw some more money into this marketing vertical for paid advertising or a video campaign. And then on the other hand, if you find yourself getting a lot of calls for car accidents or spam or something like that that's way off track when really you're a family law practice, that's definitely an indication that there's something missing in your firm's brand awareness, or your paid advertising is targeting the wrong leads. And then number 4, we have nurturing opportunities as our marketing metric number 4. So I'm sure you already know that potential clients won't always convert into paying clients right away that same day. So it's helpful to have several touch points that can address the needs of your potential clients throughout their entire journey. Your practice area might not also always require immediate action for potential clients, such as estate planning or tax law. So having a system for nurturing those leads can really help build the trust that is necessary with your potential client that will lead them to hire you at that later point. And that being said, you will want to assess if your website has content that's relevant to those various stages that your potential clients experience over time. So for example, stage 1 is the initial reason that they found your website. This is most likely due to a question that they searched on Google. Stage 2 could be a little more research about you, maybe your attorney bio, client testimonials, case results. And stage 3 could be a way to reach out. And maybe they want to subscribe to your newsletter and give their email so that you can reach out to them, or they might want to just call or email you directly. So all of those stages need to be supported on your website in both little and big ways, so that no matter what stage they're on or what stage they're kind of approaching you at, your website has answers for them. It has a solution. It has a next step. You also want to ask yourself if you're connecting with potential clients on the right channels or platforms. And I've talked a bit before about the different zones of social media channels for lawyers. And for example, I list LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter as your most tried and true options. The more social media savvy attorney could look into Threads or TikTok or Instagram, but you should avoid other channels such as Pinterest and Snapchat. So again, it's about saving both your time and your money on just figuring out what is going to be the best channels for you and your practice area and your potential clients to connect with them and hopefully increase your conversions and your business in the new year. Okay, and then marketing metric number 5, which I believe is it's our final marketing metric for our marketing assessment or audit, sorry. It's going to be engagement. So you might already be familiar with the term engagement in relation to evaluating your firm's marketing performance. And at this point, we've heard engagement so much, it's kind of feeling like a buzzword, but really engagement is just about developing trust and helping potential clients establish a relationship with your brand. So for attorneys, your engagement metrics should more so be focused on your measure of new clients acquired rather than other things that other businesses use, such as clicks or hits. You also want to keep your engagement goals very specific and local to your firm, because you're not necessarily looking to increase your engagement across the entire country, because you don't serve clients across the entire country, most likely, unless you do. Instead, your engagement efforts and metrics should really be about your local reach. And if you're not sure of how your engagement is measuring up and you don't necessarily have really good data on this, you can ask yourself if you find yourself talking mostly with people who need help with a legal service that you don't even offer, or if you're getting a lot of calls from potential clients outside your typical service area. Both of those things are red flags that something is off with your marketing strategy without even the need for that hard data. You can also determine if your brand is resonating with potential new clients and if you're effectively addressing their pain points by tracking those leads, as we mentioned previously, and seeing what they engage with on your website and other marketing channels. And if your data reflects that you're consistently getting calls from viable, relevant, and local potential clients, your marketing strategy is most effective for your firm. So now that you know what you need to be evaluating when you're reviewing your 2023 marketing progress, I want to remind you that the best place to be focusing your time and efforts is in the assets that you already own and control. And that first asset is likely going to be your website. Your website is going to be pivotal to your firm's ability to drive business to your firm online for more than one reason. There are also several areas that you can optimize your website to get more out of it and increase its conversion capacity. And second, even though it feels like you can't, you definitely can gain more control on the free search engine traffic that is leading those potential clients to your website. And this starts with understanding how potential clients are finding attorneys. They are dealing with a potentially scary and confusing legal issue, and they're ultimately just looking for answers and for guidance. They also want to do their due diligence and conduct a reasonable amount of research on both you and their case matter before they make any decisions. So putting your website in the position to answer more questions and build that trust with potential clients is going to help your website appear in more relevant and local search results and lead to more traffic to your website that traffic that also has a higher intent on hiring an attorney. And last, if your firm is on social media, you don't have to sink a lot of time or money into it, but it's going to be helpful to you to at least post regularly, I say once a week. If you let your social media kind of slide off your radar this year, I do recommend making it a goal in 2024 to just kind of engage with your social media a bit. Only about 5 minutes a day. You need to be posting or liking or commenting on other people's posts, responding to follow requests. Just that little touch, maybe like once a day, posting about once a week is going to make a huge difference if you're consistent with it. All throughout 2024, it's going to make a huge difference for 2025. And as I've mentioned throughout this presentation, your firm's website is going to continue to be a major factor for your firm's marketing in 2024. I wanted to provide you with a few things that would be helpful to direct your attention to in the new year. And that first thing is going to be your Google Business Profile. If you're not already familiar, this is a totally free tool on Google that helps to make your business much more visible on Google. These business listings, show up directly on Google Maps so that when potential clients are searching for law firms that are near them, they can toggle through their options side by side. And this makes it extremely important for you not only to just have the Google Business Profile listing, but to also optimize it to the highest extent so that when they are toggling through those options, you stand out the most among your competitors. And I'm actually going to link our guide in the chat so that you can use this checklist in the guide. It has a checklist of things that you need to optimize your profile. So that's in the chat for you guys. And then next is going to be your high quality website content. This is the written content on your website that's going to attract clients to your website, but also keep them there, keep them engaged, and convert them. If your website fails to address the questions of your potential clients both fully and comprehensively, and also hit those different stages that we were talking about before, this should be a very major goal for you in 2024. And we're going to go through this a little bit more specifically in just a bit. And lastly, think of where you can leverage your competitive advantage on your website. And leveraging your advantage is really just thinking about the skills that you can market to your potential clients that are unique to you or that you think would really resonate with potential clients. If your current website as is failing to highlight these types of skills or accreditations or awards or things like that, or it's just not doing a great job of explaining them clearly, this is really a missed opportunity for effective marketing. Next, I want to leave you all with 3 comprehensive ways that you can get ahead of your law firm's competition in the new year. And these are all things that you certainly have the tools to work on and achieve in the new year. And the first is going to be to focus on getting more positive reviews. Client testimonials are extremely important to your firm's online presence because it's that solid third-party proof that you care about your potential clients. It also shows that you're a competent attorney who handles cases or matters well, and that other clients have had positive experiences with your firm. It's important to remember that most potential clients are looking for that kind of information before they make the decision to hire you because it helps them put themselves in the shoes of that client that wrote the review. And because choosing an attorney is such an important and it's going to be a likely expensive decision, these make a huge impact to potential clients. So there are a few different places that your law firm can receive a review, and you want to make sure that you are active about getting several reviews on each of these different platforms. And the first is going to be your website. Many attorneys don't have a client testimonial section of their website, and they're really missing out on a very impactful marketing tool because it's free, it's evergreen, and it requires honestly extremely little effort on your part. If your website doesn't currently have a testimonial section, I'd really highly recommend working on this. And for Lawlytics members, it's easy to request, collect, and organize your client reviews right through your dashboard. You can send out requests to your happy clients directly, and it also gives them an easy way to leave a review that makes its way right back to your dashboard, where you can choose whether to feature it on your website and also reorder your reviews to highlight ones that you want potential clients to see first. And I can show you into that tool at the end of the presentation here. The second place where you can collect reviews is Google Business Profile. And as I mentioned before, when potential clients are toggling through their options on Google Maps toggling through other options on Google Maps, they're going to see your reviews. And if your business profile listing has like a ton of 5-star reviews from happy clients, it's really going to make a huge difference in helping you stand out amongst those other law firm listings. And really, it's helpful to have a system in place for requesting these and directing clients to a quick way to leave a review on Google. For a lot of attorneys that I've worked with, if they have some sort of closeout email or form or folder, any of those things, either if it's like a physical piece of paper, they'll leave a QR code for the client that leads them directly to Google Business Profile, or in that email, it's a quick link to Google Business Profile. But the main objective of it all is just to make it as easy as possible for clients, because if they are coming against any sort of speed bumps, they might just ditch the whole thing and then you've lost a review. And then the third place you can collect reviews is social media, particularly on Facebook. It's pretty common to see reviews that are left by clients on the Facebook pages of law firms nowadays. So I'd make sure that you're staying on top of these and also prioritizing this channel as one of the places that you could direct clients to leave a review. And the next thing I'll note is that it looks great when you reply to reviews that are left on your Google Business Profile or Facebook. This is going to show that you're paying attention and that you're engaged with your clients. And lastly, just because this is a question that does come up a lot, if you have received a negative or bogus review in the past that you're just not sure what to do with, unfortunately, your options are a little bit limited, but you do have the option to report negative or bogus reviews. It's likely that Google or Facebook won't take them down unless it's clear that it's not legitimate. But instead, what I recommend and what your best defense is that you need to continue asking happy clients to leave positive reviews to ultimately push those negative reviews down, and then even following up with them if you notice if they haven't completed your request. So I think like where a lot of attorneys miss out is that they request the review, but they never follow up about it. And so of course, we're all human. We intend to leave a review, but then we forget. And so maybe getting a reminder can give it a client that extra push, and then you can collect more reviews that way. And then next, you're going to want to review your attorney bio going into the new year. Attorney bios are one of the most viewed pages on law firm websites, yet this is an area that I see a lot of attorneys struggling with on their website. I know it can be pretty hard to talk about yourself, but it's important that you go beyond just a bulleted list of facts about yourself to reach a good narrative that will really resonate with potential clients. And once you get your bio to a good place, it's going to be an excellent tool for you to have on your website to attract and convert more potential clients. Small facts like where you went to school, your accomplishments, and your class ranking are all fine to include, but what a potential client is really looking for is that important context that helps bring you to life for them. So you want to review your attorney bio to see if you can answer the question, how much do you care about your work? And that's really going to translate to how much you care about that potential client or as your actual client. And then next, we know that you're an expert at what you do, but how does your attorney bio actually reflect this? And this is often where attorneys are getting stuck. They're going to list facts about where they went to school, what bars they're admitted to, and so forth, and expect that to just all do the heavy lifting. But I want to encourage you to expand outside of those things and think about how you can really, again, bring yourself to life to that potential client. So let's walk through some key things that you need to include in your attorney bio. First, you want your bio to spell out your journey to practicing law. So you want to include what inspired you to choose this profession, because explaining this to potential clients helps develop a personal connection with you, and it can demonstrate that you care about your work as well as their problem. And next, you want to show what motivates you as an attorney. So if you dig deep for these, you can make it about your potential client and frame this as dependent on the valuable benefit that you provide to clients. Point being, when you make it about more than just simply winning a case or making money, you can make yourself much more relatable to the potential client. And third, you'll want to, of course, include your career accomplishments, but you want to just go beyond that list of awards and accolades. This can be done by providing context to your accomplishments. So for example, if you won an award, why did it matter and what did it mean to you to receive it? And then the same thing goes for your career accomplishments. Talk about what they mean to you, and also keep in mind what should be explained in a bit more detail to those readers who are unfamiliar with certain terms used in the legal community. Next, you want to let your readers know who you help. You really want to paint a picture of the kind of person that you help and why you enjoy helping them. And that way a potential client can see that you've helped people just like them in the past and that you can help them as well. So whether people come to you because they were arrested or injured or facing debt collectors, you want to paint a picture of who you help and why you enjoy helping them. And lastly, you want to show who you are outside of work. So if you're involved in the community or you're passionate about certain cases or issues, these are all great to include in your bio to ultimately show a fuller picture of yourself. The last thing we are going to cover as kind of like a way for you to take control of your marketing for 2024 as you're wrapping up 2023. Content marketing is really just going to be your website's absolute best friend. It's going to bring you the best ROI for what you're looking for, which is to increase the visibility of your website and drive more business to your firm using online traffic. And just like in 2023, developing high quality content is going to be the key of getting ahead of your competition in 2024. The concept of content by itself as your overarching marketing strategy can be a bit broad or overwhelming. So I do want to encourage you to implement more of a plan of approach for the new year. So first, you should start with the content basics. These are your attorney bio pages, your about the firm page, case results, client testimonials, and practice area pages. Your practice area pages should start with a base layer that covers the main topics for that practice area, and then those are considered your pillar pages for your practice area content. And then as the next step of the plan, you should work to create content that builds out those pillar pages to become increasingly specific. So I did also want to share this resource with you. There's a blog on this topic on the Lawlytics blog that covers 5 mistakes that you need to avoid when creating your practice area pages. And I will also link that in the chat for you all now, so you can take a look just for some further reading. And for all things practice area content, I will show you this in the tour in just a few minutes, but Lawlytics has released a built-in content generation tool that helps you create pages of practice area content in just one sitting. So if your goal for 2024 was really to start with those basic content pages and you are in need of practice area content, Lawlytics can really help you get from 0 to hundreds of pages in just a matter of maybe an hour. It's really quick if you have content on there that is relevant to your practice area. Right now we have 20 practice areas and over 320 topics. So there's a high likelihood that you'll find something that is relevant to your practice area, but there's also an easy way to just request new content topics. If there's something that you would like to see in the library that's not there yet, we take all of these requests and kind of put them in a queue of sorts and produce that content for you as quickly as possible. And then lastly, as a third and higher tier of your content plan in the new year, you want to also think about blog posts that you can post to your website consistently. Even just once a month is going to make a big difference to your website's ability to remain visible on Google, because Google rewards websites who make consistent updates to their content. And as just a little goal to have for the new year, I'd suggest creating a bank of blogging topics that will be easy for you to pull from when you're ready to get started and write for that month, so that you're not wasting any of your time on brainstorming. You can just spend all that time on writing. So your firm's website is the foundation of your digital marketing strategy, and a high quality modern website is going to be that first step to targeting your local ideal client more efficiently and affordably. And it's also going to be what's going to anchor your marketing efforts in the new year as you strive toward growing your business. And now, which is super exciting, you can get an instant firsthand look at what your new website could look like with us using our new website design tool. So you can browse layouts, customize the site to your firm's branding and colors, and then you can even toggle through different image options to really get a feel of what your new website could look like. And I'm going to drop the link to this tool in the chat as well, if that's something you'd like to check out. It's really just kind of fun, especially if you're a little more designed mind, because it's just fun to pick out the colors and the images and see your own name on the sample site. It's a lot of fun if you want to check it out. And then just for these last few minutes, I'm just going to take you on a quick tour of some of the features of our tech that I think attorneys benefit the most from, as well as looking at that client testimonial tool that I mentioned previously. So right here, we see the Lawlytics dashboard. This is going to be your landing spot for any edits that you're going to be making to your website. As you can see, there's like shortcuts to getting or to starting a new blog post, new case result, or new page. This is the shortcut to getting to that content library that I mentioned, as well as any sort of reports or image libraries, things like that. So let's just go ahead and go into one of our sites. If you have multiple sites with us, they will all appear in this same landing spot, and then you can just select which site you would like to start making edits on. And then right away, it'll take you to the back end of everything. Basically what we're looking at is on the left here, this is my website's navigation menu. And then on the right side, since I am selected home right now, this is all the content of my homepage. So just to get an idea of what I mean here, as you can see, this is the navigation bar that we saw on the left, and this is the content of the homepage that we were viewing on the right. So what we love about this tool is that you don't have to learn about coding or anything to add new pages or rearrange them, delete them, any sort of thing that you need to do with your website. These are even click and draggable. So if you wanted to feature something else up first on your website, it's just as easy as clicking and dragging it. And then when you load your site again, it's already updated for you in real time. So that saves you a lot of time and heartache. And then the next tool I'll show you will be that client testimonial tool. So we can go into, oh yes, here we go, into our recommendations tool. So as you can see, I have some sample client testimonials that I've collected that will appear for you on the left here. And this is where you can view on the site, unpublish it from your site, like I mentioned, reorder them. And then there's also this tab for outgoing requests. And that's where you can send those to your happy clients and they will get a direct channel back to your dashboard so that they can complete a testimonial and it'll show up right in your received folder. So that's a really easy way to send client testimonials if you don't have a current process, as well as organize them and prepare them for your website. And then lastly, I will show you, going under here, I will show you how to create a new page with the content library. So this is our smart content tool. It's, like I said, it's got 20 practice areas and over 320 practice area topics at the moment. Just taking you through a quick example, let's start with personal injury. So when you click into a practice area, you see all the different categories that are nested under that practice area. And then each topic card has a little short description about what you can find in that topic card. And when you click into it, you are given the preview of the content. And on the left are all of the ways that the content has been optimized for search engine performance. So for example, this content or this topic card has link opportunities, optimized subtitles, it helps build authority and trust, and it clarifies the legal process. And then on the right, I see the preview of the content, and then everything in blue is what I'm going to be customizing in my next step. So when I click use this template, all of the fields have been auto-populated for me on the right in my preview here. So this is already filled out for me because I have selected save entries from the previous time that I have filled out these fields. So that is an option for you. That's what helps to make this process so quick for attorneys, is that you don't even have to re-enter your entries. You can save them and then they will auto-populate for you the next time that you are ready to create a new piece of content. And then when you complete your customization, this is what's going to bring you back to that text editor. And then from here, you can change the title, you can assign it to a parent page, make any sort of edits. This works just like any sort of text editor that you would be familiar with. So you've got your regular stuff like bold, italic, but you can also create tables, grids, create hyperlinks, anchor links, click to call phone numbers, images, video, your map, widgets, all of your options are within the toolbar there to really customize the content and make it your own. And then when you're finished, you have the option to save it as a draft, or if you wanted to just go ahead and publish it to your website. Oh, I had an issue. Oh, that's because I've already created this page. And then once you're ready to publish it, it'll be ready for you directly on the website. So it's really easy. It's just kind of like a plug and play, and then really gets you to a great point where you can publish that content as is, or you can make additional edits, make it your own, and have it ready on your website in really a matter of minutes. So that's just a little bit of our tool, and I will take us back to our presentation here. But that is the end of our presentation today. If you did have any questions about having a successful website with Lawlytics, or if you'd like to see a demo of the technology, please feel free to reach out to us using any of the methods that you see here. And also, if you're still with me and are interested in seeing a more in-depth look of our platform, I know we just kind of did a quick look-see today. We are hosting a live demo and QA session at the same time next Thursday, so the 14th. So if you're interested in registering for that, we will be taking a look at everything a bit more closely and also answering any questions that you may have. So the registration for that, I will link that in the chat as well. If you're interested in registering for our demo and Q&A. But with that, I will close out the presentation. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.